This was an absolutely textbook ALG trade according to my strategy. We caught this on live with all the members watching, so you could have got involved, and people did. I'll put them on screen now. I'm going to show you exactly how to trade this strategy and how you can make money out of it every single day. So on screen here, you can see my three main confluences for this trade, and we're going to jump straight into this. The first one, the indicator I'm using is my personal indicator. I'll leave it down in the description so you can use it on your own charts. And it essentially marks out each session. So here we've got the Asia session, here we've got the London session, and then here we've got the New York session, which is currently ongoing. So the first step for us is to mark out the Asia high and the Asia low. So the theory behind this strategy is that these 2 points, the Asia high and low, are very, very big liquidity points. So the beauty of this strategy is in its simplicity. So you really don't do anything and don't take a trade unless the Asia high or low is taken. And if it is, that's when we move on to step 2, which is the confirmation. So as you can see here, it was taken at 7:30, so about half hour after we start trading. And straight away you can see there was a very nice reaction. Now, I'm going to break down 3 confirmations you can use in order to then take the trade. Okay, so these are the 3 confirmations, starting off from left to right, easiest to hardest, and they're all pretty easy to be fair. So the first one, you can see we're in a downtrend, right? We're breaking lows, breaking lows, breaking lows. We take the Asia low, and then we suddenly break a high. So obviously, rather than breaking this low again and continuing that downtrend, we break a high, which shows a shift in the trend after tapping into our Asia low. So therefore, we look to buy once the high is broken. Slightly more advanced, you buy at the retracement when we come down a bit. But if you're a beginner, just focus on buying when that structure is actually disrespected and broken. Second thing, fair value gap. Very easy. This one just requires you to actually know what a fair value gap is. And all it is when we have 1, 2, 3 candles and there's a gap in between directly to the left and directly to the right. So I don't mean the left and the right. No, I mean directly to the left and the right. Don't forget that, directly. All right, if you forget that, the whole concept's ruined. So directly to the left and right. And when we have a gap, it shows fast momentum to the upside. Okay, because what the market likes to do is it likes to tap every point more than once. I'm not going to go into the detail of that, but that is just how it is. So it should retest that, come into this, rebalance the market, and then once we come back in, that's when you're looking to buy. So obviously take our Asia low, have that instant impact of momentum, wait for it to come in, and then we buy. Cool. And the final one is a inverse fair value gap. So it's the same thing, however, it is just basically, as it says, inverse. So it's just the opposite. So now you can see here we have a bearish fair value gap. So you can see strong momentum to the downside, leading in a gap either side. So for example, let me show you one that's not a fair value gap. So here, for example, isn't a fair value gap, or neither is this candle, because you look to the left and there's something there. Right, there's nothing, but left there is. Same with this. You look to the right, okay, there's nothing here, but you look to the left, okay, there's something there. So no fair value gap. This one, you look to the left, there's nothing there. You look to the right, there's nothing there. So that is a fair value gap. You can see we've got strong downside momentum, and we take our Asia low. And then you can see that a bullish candle disrespects this fair value gap. And by disrespect, I mean closes above. So closes above the fair value gap. You can use any 3 of these. It really doesn't matter. It's all personal preference. It's going to slightly affect your RR and bits like that. But just test the waters, see what you like doing. Again, very, very simple. We've only had one step, which is taking the Asia high or low, and the second step, which is one of these. So now on for the final step, and that's the complete and utter strategy, all right there. So now let's get into the actual trade and show you what I saw once we took the Asia low. So first of all, you can see we did have a market structure shift, or an MSS, where we broke the high after previously, as you can see, breaking lows, right? Showing a shift in momentum. The other thing we saw was a fair value gap, as you can see here. This is what I actually used. You can see we have a fair value gap, nothing to the left, nothing to the right, right? Very, very simple. And we also have an inverse fair value gap here. We can see there's a fair value gap, nothing to the left or the right directly. So we drag it out, and you can see here, price closed above it, so therefore disrespecting it, and we flip and then look to buy off it rather than to sell off it. So we actually saw all 3 on this, so it was a really, really simple textbook trade. So as you remember from the fair value gap theory, we are looking to take the trade once price comes back into the fair value gap. So what I would do is I wouldn't enter straight away there as soon as it's made. I would wait for price to come back in. Once it's back in, you can really place your limit here. You can really just buy there. Your stop loss is at the low and your TP is at the Asia high, right? So very, very simple. But what I did is I went in a little bit more and just refined it. And what I mean by refinement is the exact same thing we saw here, but just on a lower time frame, just to confirm that we are indeed right. So the fair value gap's been made and I've waited for it to come back in. So now I'm going to go on my 1 minute time frame and see if we've either got a market structure shift, a fair value gap, or an inverse fair value gap. So let's go down onto the 1 minute. So here you can see is where we came back into the fair value gap. There's the line that indicates it. And as soon as we tapped in, you can see we actually got, again, all three of what we're looking for. So again, let's mark it out. You can see we're breaking lows, breaking lows, breaking lows. Did we break this low? No, we didn't. We actually broke a high here. So we've got a market structure shift. We broke the high. We've also got a fair value gap. If you look straight away, we had them 3 candles. A fair value gap, and we also had an inverse fair value gap, or an inversion fair value gap just there. All right, so again, any of the 3, we had all of the 3. So that was, again, my final confirmation, and then I got into the trade. So if we look from the start, what have we seen? You see we've got the Asia low has been taken, step 1. Step 2, we had our confirmation with our fair value gap. And step 3, we're looking for the entry, which is a 1 minute confirmation of basically what we've already seen on the 5 minute. As soon as you've got that, you can set your limit. So you put your buy limit on the fair value gap, as we said, your stop loss on the low, and your take profit at the Asia high. And this is a very, very simple strategy. The beauty of it is you trade at the same time and you wait for the same liquidity point. So if you're someone who, maybe you're a beginner, you're a bit erratic and you don't really know what to look for in the morning specifically, this is great, because rather than seeing the market like this and you don't really know what's going on, when you've got this indicator on, you can see where the Asia low is. So you know what we've just taken and what we're trading towards. And as you can see, we tapped back in pretty quickly. And yeah, ran to TP. Was in this trade for actually a little bit longer than I would have wanted. But regardless, man, you've got to have good psychology in this game. So us and a lot of the members made some really, really nice money from this trade. And we do trade this same strategy. Well, I trade this same strategy every single day. Every single day, I'm on live from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock trading this strategy. So if you're confused, then just drop a sub and drop the notification bell on so you can jump into my streams and see me trading this every single day. And the final thing I'm going to do is leave you with this to screenshot, boys. This is going to give you basically everything you need. The bottom's the schematic you're looking for, and at the top of your confirmation. So, boys, you've got everything there you need to succeed in the London session. Drop me a message on my Discord if you've got any questions about this strategy. I teach this strategy in my mentorship, and I send signals from it into my signals group. Our signals group's been profitable 11 out of the last 12 months. And yeah, boys, as I said, I trade it live. So even if you're just trying to chill, jump on a live in the morning, get some knowledge, maybe earn some money. And I hope you have good luck with this strategy, boys. Appreciate you watching. As I said, drop a sub to the video, drop a like, and comment any other strategies or breakdowns you want me to do. Appreciate you watching, boys, and I'll catch you in the next one.